Let's take a look at this problem. We got sine clean off that page. Okay. We got sine of negative pi over 12. And it says find the exact value of the following using sum and difference formulas. So let's first start off with that. Okay, so we got 0 here. This one's pi over 6, which is 2 pi over 12. This one's pi over 4, which is 3 pi over 12. So I don't have to go very far because I see that 2 pi over 12 minus 3 pi over 12 would give us negative pi over 12. So I can rewrite this as sine of 2 pi over 12 minus 3 pi over 12. And then that's the same as sine of pi over 6 minus pi over 4. So from our formula, now I got x's and y's here in the formula. We're working with the difference, so I'm down here. The first part will be the x, second part will be the y. So I'm going to go ahead and label those. This is x and this is y. And our formula is sine x cosine y. So sine x, I'm not sure why that refresh is doing that, but sine x cosine y minus cosine x sine y. Now let me double check my eyes. They're not like they used to be. That looks good. So now we can plug in what we identified. So we got sine x, which was pi over 6, cosine y, which was pi over 4, minus cosine x, which is pi over 6, and then sine y, which is pi over 4. Well, if we look at our unit circle, here's pi over 6. Well, that's bad. Let's try it again. Pi over 6, which is square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. And here's pi over 4, which is square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Now sine of pi over 6, sine is our y part, which is 1/2. Cosine of pi over 4, cosine is our x part, which is square root of 2 over 2. Minus cosine of pi over 6. At pi over 6, cosine is our x part, which is square root of 3 over 2. And sine of pi over 4, sine is our y part, which is square root of 2 over 2. So that's going to give us square root of 2 over 4 minus square root of 6 over 4, which simply gives us square root of 2 minus square root of 6 all over 4. Now that's using the difference. Now this is sine, but you should know cosine, you should know tangent. So those are all possibilities for the test. So we got sine of negative pi over 12. And I want to look at the second part, which is the half angle formulas. And I got the half angle formulas written down here. And I'm going to take that negative out in front, because our even and odd identity says you can do that. So I got negative sine of pi over 12. Now pi over 12 is in our first quadrant here. It's not there, but it's in the first quadrant, which means everything's positive. So keep that in mind. And with the half angle, what we do is we see if we can take the pi over 12 and multiply it times 2, and it gives us something on the unit circle, which would give us pi over 6, which is on our unit circle. So I'll rewrite this as negative sine pi over 6 over 2. So whatever you find here, you put up on top. Now from our formula, the variable on top is an x, so this is going to represent x in our formula. And our formula is, remember we said everything's positive there, so we got square root of 1 minus cosine x over 2. And again, I'm showing sine here, but you should be equally comfortable with cosine and tangent of the half angles. Okay, we got this negative out in front, that just stays out in front. So then we got 1 minus cosine x, and we said x is pi over 6 all over 2. Now here's pi over 6, which remember is square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. Cosine is the x part of our point, which would be 1 minus square root of 3 over 2 over 2. Well, we don't want a fraction inside of a fraction, so we're going to multiply everything by 2. We take 2 times 1 minus 2 times square root of 3 over 2 over 2 times 2. So I got negative, and then 2 times 1 is 2. These 2's cancel, so I got minus square root of 3 over 2 times 2, which is 4. And we don't want a fraction inside of a radical. And so we're going to split this up. We'll put a square root around top and square root around the bottom, which works out nice because square root of 4 is 2. So we got minus square root of 2 minus square root of 3 all over 2. And that's our answer.